Hello, salutations. What it do is start the gamer off out there. Durag gang, you know the vibes, like, subscribe. Let's get it. Happy Friday, chat. Happy Friday, Durag Nation. What it do, Virgil, Mighty Morphin. What up, Wallet? What up, Jeremiah? A Black King, what it do? Pepe Le Pew. What it do, Sims? Come on, what up, what up, what up, Nightwolf? What up, Mark Tober? Appreciate you. Always catching your videos after they drop. Really get to enjoy them live. Appreciate you. Happy Friday, Zanul. TJ Cool, what up, what up? King J. What's up, Ward? Chillin'. Had to get at least one Avengers stream in this week. We've been going crazy on Gotham Knights, but still got some love for the Avengers game. And we got another Marvel video dropping today right after the stream. Look out for that as well. What it do, Jack? Just gonna catch up with the chat. If you haven't been around, been doing more videos lately. So all my Avengers peeps catching up with you. What's up? Hope everyone's been well. What's up, Shaw? Been a crazy 2 weeks, I guess, for the channel. Appreciate all my new subscribers, all my new members. What up, Jacob? What up? Where the weed at? I stay above the influence, my friend. But if you got some edibles, I will partake. That Gotham Knights though, yes sir. Good morning, Carter. Looney Tunes fam, what up? So this is interesting. Road to 20K. We are 400 subs away from 20K. Let me check. Yeah, about 400 subs away from 20K. Less than that. We're at 19,672. So we're almost 300 subs away from 20K. When the new DLC come out for PS5, the new DLC for everybody, not just PS5, unfortunately has no release dates. But what do you think? What are you guys thinking? So some people think Avengers is dropping this DLC like the last possible minute. Like I'm hearing some people talk about December, right before they go, like literally right before they go on vacation, and they're just out the door. Do you think we're getting a story with the Winter Soldier instead of just a playable character? Unfortunately, it's not going to be the story that you think it is. It's going to... He is part of the cloning lab story, though they said he was also part of the No Rest for the Wicked story, and that didn't seem to happen at all. But technically, Cloning Lab will have a story component to it, and he is somehow involved. I'm guessing you're just going to get a motion comic like you got with Jane Foster. My pre-order Gotham Knights. Yes, sir. Go subscribe to Girls YouTube too. Appreciate you, Carter. That's love. What do you always? Appreciate you. What up, Drap? What up, Facts? Black Panther, what up, what up? What's up, Ace? What up, Corey? So we are still Miller, Miller, things I think are about to get interesting with Miller. Miller has not been able to talk about some stuff for a specific period of time, but that time is drawing to a close. So expect to hear some stuff from Miller soon, and as soon as that happens, I'll be sure to report on it. Lonzo, what it do? Still love Marvel's Avengers. Hope it doesn't die. Same. Where's War Machine? He is I think he's a scroll right now. The real one's being held on a scroll ship somewhere, maybe. What did the scroll do in the MCU with the people they transform into? They just kill them, or they just stuff them somewhere? Happy for the soldier. Yeah, so I'm thinking, I think they're definitely going to drop the Winter Soldier DLC like late. Like, that's why I predicted it was basically going to be just like the Spider-Man DLC. They're going to drop it like November 30th. I think that's my prediction, because if they release it at the end of November, that gives them space. So it's like, so they have some wiggle room here in terms of promotion. So like if they do it like around the end of November, so they're far away from Gotham Knights, which comes out on the 21st. But they're also not releasing with God of War Ragnarok, which is supposedly, I think, releasing like the middle of November, and it's before Midnight Suns, which I don't think is going to be that big of a game anyway, because it's kind of niche. So there's that window right there, that last week of November, where they can roll out Winter Soldier, because it's not even like it's a big update, so they could just roll out Winter Soldier and it'd be all good. Sonic Frontiers as well. Yeah, but I'm not expecting like much overlap there with Sonic Frontiers. What's up, Cecilia? Dev just worked with Miller to roll out new content. Imagine. What up, NBA Dreams? Think they got prisons? Hold him on a ship? Add War Machine in Marvel's Avengers game? I think he will be. The lead developer is a huge War Machine fan, and they already started working on him. And you know how Crystal Dynamics love reusing assets. Sub CW. That's an actual game model. That is literally a digital version of Sebastian Stan, the actor who plays War Machine. What the real? War Machine, Captain Marvel, She-Hulk confirmed. I would not say confirmed. Crystal Dynamics has technically only confirmed Winter Soldier. Miller has confirmed that they were working on War Machine at some early in the game, and that they have been working on She-Hulk and Captain Marvel. But he's just guessing. You late? Why not stream on reset day? I mean, I'm not late. I mean, I usually stream on reset day, but I mean, there was literally nothing. There was literally nothing to do. There was nothing new except a skin. So I was like, I could stream Avengers today, or I can post the much more relevant Gotham Knights content, which is what I did. And I can just move the Avengers stream to Friday. What up, Craig? We're just chilling. I watched Werewolf by Night? Not yet. I forgot. They really need to stop doing this 3 a.m. stuff, bro. What's up with some of these shows? But I'll get to it later. It'd be better for them because Miller's already a trusted source among the community. I wish they would understand that. What do I think the chances are Bucky will throw his arm? Honestly, I brought that up as a meme, but realistically, there's got to be at least a 5% chance that Bucky throws his arm when he comes out. 2 to 5%. I feel like I actually can't rule it out. I'm not gonna go and hold you. I can't actually rule it out. You see a 0. It's definitely not 0. It's definitely not a 0% chance. Think he come in December. So the reason I don't think he's coming in December is because they are going to be on vacation. And the way they handled it last time, they released Spider-Man at the end of November, which gave them enough time to, you know, throw in do a few fixes in case something happened, which of course something did happen. And then they were just right out the door. What up, Bucky? Appreciate you stopping through. Uncle Casual. Bucky has a new backstory in the game. His dad is an Adaptoid, hits the middle arm. Think his vibes day is Monica. Oh, you say Monica pulled a Wanda. She was getting busy with some robots. Actually, I could definitely see that. Monica definitely seems like the type to be getting bust to let a freaking Adaptoid bust her down. I could definitely see Monica getting bust down by an Adaptoid. She definitely seemed like a weirdo. She definitely seems the type. I ain't going cap. I think late October. I think there's literally no chance this comes out this month. I mean, we already got the patch for the month. This month is going to be patch 2.6.1. As soon as I saw patch 2.6.1 go up on the Steam DB, I was like, okay, well, that's going to be the patch for the month. But that update could be interesting because that could bring us some traversal updates finally, and that apparently leaked melee status perk that's coming. But Bucky is dead and Monica cloned him. All possible. I don't think they're going to go that crazy with the story though. She bad though. I honestly don't get the appeal of Monica. I don't get Monica, the Monica simping at all. Late November. I feel like late November makes the most sense. Because it gets them away from God of War and Gotham Knights. And it's still pretty close to their vacation. Plus, because you remember, they have to also, with their marketing, they also have to have time to build up. They like to build up to their characters. You know, they have to have another blog. You know, they like to do they don't do it as many anymore, but they'll do a live stream. You know, they'll have a war table where they go through some of the moves, show the concept art, some skins, all that stuff. So they have to have time to do all that. Winter Soldier will be a playable character. Yep, they revealed that. What was it now? Was it now 2 months ago? August, was the official reveal. Miller leaked it the month before that, and then they officially revealed Winter Soldier in a big media push at the end, like the end of August. What moves do you think he'll have? So once again, I don't know who data mined it, but we, in addition to what they already told us officially, which is that he'll have an assault rifle, we saw from some data mining that he's going to have a knife. So the combat knife will be there. He's going to have a shotgun as well. So he'll have the assault rifle, the shotgun, and the knife. And then I heard Miller say he's going to have some kind of grenade launcher attachment for his gun, and he's actually going to be able to throw, and he's going to have grenades as well. Plus, he might throw his arm. Can't forget that. So he's going to have, I think he's going to have grenades similar to how Black Widow does. What up, Drew? We need Asgard. Agreed. Love this Bucky model and look. I mean, yeah, it's Sebastian Stan. Who doesn't love Sebastian Stan? How do you find which reveals are legit and which ones are not? Because at this point, we've heard every Avenger and even X-Men are revealed. Now they've confirmed. Simple. If Miller reports it, it's real. If anyone else reports it, be skeptical. If the source is Miller or whoever's telling you the info has actual physical evidence, like when I leaked those when I did a video on the new skins and Bucky's new moves, obviously I had actual data, I had actual images of the leaked skins, and I had the data showing the moves. But generally, yeah, just listen to Miller. Deadly Manium. Jane type arm throw mechanic. So I think he's actually going to be similar Jane in that Jane is like a really true hybrid character. You can legit play Jane as a ranged and melee character at the same time. I can definitely see that for Bucky. His metal arm being something that you can utilize in combat. He's got the knife. You know, he's going to have grenades. Plus, he's got all the range stuff. So I think it's possible that they're going to take how they design Jane and kind of apply that so that you can have different build options like that with Bucky. What's up, Gilbert? Doctor Strange would be awesome. 100%. Those is arm, you're done with Avengers. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna laugh for like a 5 minutes straight. If they put it in a trailer or something, or we get in the game and we see that Bucky could throw his arm, I'm gonna cry laughing. That would be so funny. If we brought that meme to life, I mean, come on. That's sick. Can't wait to play as Bucky Barnes with all his shotguns, his weapons. Travels, everything's going to be awesome. The Winter Soldier. Yeah, that he's definitely what I'm definitely looking forward to Bucky more than the Cloning Lab. Like we've got some, content creators, me and Casual and Lejeune are planning on running Cloning Lab together, but like I'm not even interested in being like world's first through Cloning Lab or anything like that. Because I legit don't care about Cloning Lab except for just to see if it works and also to see, what story stuff it unlocks. But my priority is definitely going to be Bucky. You knew this, who is Miller? What's up, Robbie? Miller is the biggest leaker in the Marvel's Avengers community. He has provided a ton of info about the game before it came out, ever since 2020, when the game launched. All the stuff we know about what's coming to the game pretty much is because of Miller. We pretty much know most of the skins that are coming because of Miller. We knew Jane Foster was coming because of Miller. We knew they were working on Winter Soldier like in 2020 because of Miller. Miller is that dude. Think he'll have a vibranium base attack. I definitely see Bucky having some inherent, I think based on those leaks, he's definitely going to have like that Black Widow ability with the grenades, I think, to leave like hazards. That's just my guess. I don't know if they'll give him vibranium hazards, but we'll see. Like Avengers, Miller's your Lord and Savior. Very true. You got the nice trailer? Yeah, I was watching Bob stream earlier, and he did a live reaction to it, and I've of course been going crazy about it on Twitter. Definitely follow me on Twitter, Sadot the Gamer. I posted a fire screenshot from the new Gotham Knights trailer, a Batgirl that I edited. New man Bucky for life. Use his arm in MODOK's big brain. Live between She-Hulk, Captain Marvel, Scarlet Witch, and War Machine. How many of them were actually confirmed? None of them. Crystal Dynamics has only confirmed Winter Soldier, but Miller has said that they are straight up working on Captain Marvel. He provided leaked voice lines showing that. He also provided a character model of War Machine, so that's confirmation that they were at some point working on War Machine, though he said they canceled War Machine, well, or put him on hold. Scarlet Witch is something that he believes they might be working on for next year. Sub T'Challa. Hope She-Hulk is next. She-Hulk was supposed to be next, but apparently they decided to switch with Winter Soldier. Bucky's combat is aggressive and he's angry all the time. That's true. Why Bucky look like Cap's cousin? That is a Sebastian Stan character model. That skin is fired. I'm pretty sure Marvel's Avengers will be milking every opportunity they can to sell Winter Soldier's MCU skins when he eventually comes to the game. This is not going to be a Spider-Man situation. And even Spider-Man got a bunch of MCU skins. He just didn't get any of the No Way Home stuff. You tag me in the comment post so you can win a giveaway. All good. Do you think? Really excited for them to bring in Scarlet Witch. Think add in magic, it would change it completely. I mean, I don't think it would change the base game very much, but it would definitely be more interesting to me compared to the other characters we've gotten so far. If they, kind of, especially lately, like we've gotten a lot of we basically gotten what we first we had Kate and then Hawkeye, so that's back-to-back archers. Even though they ended up playing pretty differently, they're still fundamentally, ground-based archers. Then we had Black Panther, very cool, but ground-based melee. Agile Spider-Man, same ground-based melee, very agile. Jane, basically almost complete copy of Thor. And then Winter Soldier is going to be, similar to apparently Widow and Cap, a melee brawler that also has heavy artillery to use like different guns and grenades and stuff like that. So a straight up magic character would be a great change of pace. We have not gotten the official Winter Soldier release date or anything like that. We are still waiting for that blog to finally drop, which I'm expecting sometime this month. Maybe around the time they're ready to, maybe next week actually, because we're supposed to be getting a new patch soon, 2.6.1. So maybe they'll drop some info that week. Is my guess, or the week after. But that's usually how they do it. I definitely think it would be this month that we get the blog update. Damn. So Black King just DM me the practice fight between Draymond Green and Jordan Poole. Holy. Draymond straight up sucker punched him. Heard you hosted a podcast every Friday. We aim to do it every Friday. No, we didn't do it last Friday, but we're supposed to be doing it tonight. I think it's going to be just me and Casual today, because Jay Shockblast is out being a big shot in New York doing Comic-Con and stuff. We need a Superman game desperately. Agreed. Feel like eventually we'll have 2 of each character. It's very much possible. We know according to Miller that they were working on She-Hulk. So that's 2 Hawks. We got 2 Hawkeyes. We got 2 Thors. And I mean, Cap and Bucky aren't the same character, so that wouldn't work, but Ironheart could be a thing. You know, they like to do MCU tie-ins. They like to do Echo characters, so she could be the second Iron Man, or they could straight up do War Machine. Maybe they do Shuri. You want Daredevil? See, I want Daredevil, like, I want a Daredevil game. I don't want Daredevil in Avengers anytime soon. Because after the initial excitement wears off about people excited to see Daredevil, they would realize, oh, he's literally just an Echo. He's basically an Echo character. He's got Black Widow's batons, and he's agile. He's agile like Black Panther. He moves around like Black Panther, and Spider-Man, and he's got batons like Widow and no other weapons. You want Leapfrog? Oh my god. That's why a magic character like Strange or Wanda would make more sense to me, because not only would it bring in a lot of new players, but it would actually break up kind of some of the monotony and give us a play style that we haven't gotten to experience yet. Thoughts on the new She-Hulk episode? I think I'm going to avoid getting into the She-Hulk stuff. Give people a chance to catch up on it. We're going to be talking about it tonight on the podcast, me and Casual. We're going to be recapping the last 2 episodes. So that should give everybody plenty of time to catch up, avoid spoilers. You want a Leapfrog game? Oh my god. Daredevil, Doctor Strange. You don't mean that. You don't mean that at all. What's up, Trevon? he's just trolling, chat. He would actually cry if they released Daredevil instead of Doctor Strange or Wanda. Want to say thanks for streaming Gotham Knights the other day. You were on the fence about getting another looter while watching. You love the amount of customization and combat. Appreciate you all coming through. We getting crazy on that. We big out the new cap skin, and yep, we do the podcast live, and then we post the audio on Spotify and all that good stuff afterwards. Doctor Strange, more like Dr. L. That was definitely an L burn. Not gonna go with you. When is Winter Soldier coming out again? 2022. Quicksilver over Bucky. Okay, I would accept that, but it ain't happening. Bring us the twins. When she or Captain Marvel comes, it's over 100%. Oh, for sure. Traversal update. They haven't mentioned anything about it, but I think it's going to be in patch 2.6.1. That is my prediction. What's up, Shia's Vaughn? Honestly, they're dropping the twins the same day would make the game incredible. Yeah, I definitely don't see Avengers dropping 2 heroes at the same time. I mean, they have a hard enough time with just one. I'm not going to completely rule out December, but it's not. But you can mostly rule out December because they go on vacation. I think starting at like mid-December. Plus, Midnight Suns launches on December 2nd. So they're not going to be wanting to do a lot of stuff during the month where they're literally just about to head out the door. That's why I think it's most likely they just drop it at the end of November. What up, Simon? Hope Bucky could teleport. It'd be if he throws his arm and goes invisible, oh my god, that would be hilarious. You got that hurry. June said he made in Red Hood. Yeah, Red Hood seems to be the most popular character, but I've been slowly converting more and more people to Robin and Batgirl. I'm definitely maining Robin, but Batgirl is tempting me. Batgirl keeps seducing me away from Robin. Not only does she got the cake, she is completely overpowered. Her skill tree is ridiculous. I gotta go through the other skill trees. I think I'm gonna post some more videos about the individual skill trees, but Batgirl's skill tree is completely overpowered. The picture Bucky teleporting. That'd be so goofy. Hope he's not going to be slow as Hawkeye. Honestly, he's probably going to be as slow as Hawkeye. Bucky uses his arm as Thor's hammer to fly. Oh my god. He rips off his arm, spins it around and throws it. It just hangs onto it. It just flies. Oh my god, that would be hilarious. Yeah, they definitely kind of gave the game away in the Forbes article. Brian, which was definitely a mistake, said that he's going to be similar to Widow and Cap in that they both train together. I'm like, bro, you shouldn't have said that at all. Even though he said they're not going to have the same abilities, I think they're going to definitely share some stuff. I think his grenades are going to function just like Black Widow's. I think he'll probably have Captain America's a similar Captain America running animation. They'll probably give him the same running kick because they love that running kick. They gave it to Jane too. He might get a double jump, just like Cap. Is that official? No, that's Sebastian Stan from the MCU. This is just wallpaper. What if the Traversal update just gives everyone a teleport? I mean, it would be extremely weird, but effective, I guess. It would get everybody where they want to go faster. Just be like, you know what? It works for Kate. Just copy and paste it to everybody. Everybody gets aim tech, and they could just teleport now. Imagine Hawk teleporting in combat. That'd be kind of broken, actually. A teleporting Hawk. What about adding Ghost Rider with a bunch of chain abilities, fire abilities? I asked AJ, one of the developers, how difficult it would be to add vehicles, and he said difficult but not impossible. So who knows what they'll come up with in the future, but vehicles are apparently possible. I mean, technically anything is possible, but he made it sound like it would be feasible for them to do vehicles. Channel growing with the new video style. Yes, sir. Appreciate all my new subscribers. It's definitely been a blessing. I still love Avengers, but I've been very much trying to get away from Avengers. Avengers does not pay the bills like it used to. And quite frankly, I did not want to have my channel be built around a game that very well might shut down. So I've been looking for a way to kind of still keep the superhero theme of the channel, but cover a variety of games and grow faster. And fortunately, that has been happening lately. The Incredible Bulk. Yes, I have got the nice. I am too. That new trailer is pretty cool. Honestly, I was much more when I like the trailer. The music was gas, but I got most excited in the trailer because of the Jim Lee skins, and also we got some fire. I got some fire still images that I can use for thumbnails. I'm thinking like I'm thinking like a straight YouTuber now. Everyone's looking at the trailer like, oh, Gotham Knights. Oh, that's gonna be so fun. I'm like, oh yeah, new thumbnails. Let's go. Appreciate that sub. S. Welcome to Durag Gang. What's up, what take? Appreciate you, Corey. Appreciate that sub. F. Vasquez. Welcome to Durag Gang. Waiting to see the Wonder Woman game in action. I can't wait for that. I think there's the last update I heard about that Wonder Woman game, they were still hiring, so I think that's a while away. But nice bringing some new subs, plenty to do. Oh yeah, definitely looking forward to the co-op streams. Definitely looking forward to. I mean, we've gotten legitimately. I think we've gained 1,000 or close to 1,000 new subscribers in the last 2 weeks, strictly from Gotham Knights videos, which is ridiculous. like we gained like 3,000 new subs in the last month, and I think almost at least 1,000 of them are straight up from Gotham Knights. Picture on the screen is a wallpaper that I put together. It's got a Sebastian Stan from the MCU as a 3D character hanging out at Substation Zero. Am I playing Hogwarts Legacy? Definitely. Hey, that's what we like to see. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Gotta keep moving. Gotta keep growing. Got it. Because I gotta keep eating. I got bills to pay. I like doing. I really enjoy streaming, but yeah, I had to. I was like, I got to start making more long form, more, well, not even long form now. They're short videos, but not YouTube shorts. But I was like, I got to make more videos instead of doing live streams, because I got to bring in more cash and grow more people. Live streams are fun, but usually they don't lead to a lot of growth, especially particularly with Avengers now, because I feel like most of the people who are interested in Avengers already know about the channel. Though the Gotham Knights stream went crazy though, but that's because we were showing off that new game, that new hands-on gameplay. Batgirl, Robin will be the first ones to use. They all have some fire skins. Bro, I was literally freaking out about that on stream, about that Shinobi Robin skin. That the Shinobi set is fire, but Robin's definitely the best one. It looks, he looks straight up like Moon Knight. The Shinobi style definitely gave me Ghost of Tsushima vibes. We reach 1 million subs, don't forget us. Definitely. I know all the regulars that have been supporting the channel no matter what. You know, a lot of them are in the Discord. A lot of them are members. I know definitely all the people who are true supporters. Appreciate all you guys that hold me down, no matter if I'm doing Avengers, if I'm doing a short, if I'm doing Gotham Knights, if I'm streaming multiverses on my second channel. Like, there's definitely a core group of people that always show love, and I appreciate that. Craig, Bruno, Drew, Aquashell, even though he's in school right now. I appreciate all you Durag enjoyers. Demon outfit for Robin's fire. His suits are so good. Red Hood's demon outfit is definitely I think might be the best one. Let's see if it was stolen from Gotham Knights. Imagine. Ghost of Tsushima definitely beat Gotham Knights to it, but there's definitely some mutual respect going on there. Second channel name, Sadot the Gamer Live. Red Hood Metal Go Hard. Is weird. Like, Red Hood has some fire skins, but I don't know if his playstyle is going to be for me. Because I know the best way to build him is going to be range DPS. And based on just looking at his animations, it's gonna feel very much like Hawkeye Bag of Tricks. I feel like Red Hood just pew 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 pew. I'm just like, I already know that's gonna be the best way to play him, because I could not get down with his melee. I was looking at his melee. He's got some brutal grabs and combo finishers and stuff, but his dodge animations are so goofy. I don't like that they made him like a brute. Red Hood's supposed to be agile. I didn't like it. Appreciate that sub 123. Welcome to Durag Gang. Hope you can change skins on the fly. Gotham Knights. Now to go back to home base. I'm pretty sure you can. Because you change skins, you change costumes and modify costumes in the gear menu. So they would have to allow you to do it anyway, because you unlock skins and gear throughout the world. Like they have chests. Another way is going to be similar to Avengers. You open chests and you can get, you know, gear. You can. I saw when you see costumes in the world, there's going to be like a light beacon that will lead you, that you can use, that you can spot and pick up costumes. So you should definitely be able to switch on the fly. So Rock, we're just chilling, talking about Winter Soldier, Gotham Knights and stuff. I didn't not fin. The funny thing is, they made Red Hood look like a tank, but Batgirl, if you look at her skill tree, is an actual tank. Batgirl, I broke it down in my Batgirl video. Definitely check that out if you're planning on playing Gotham Knights. I broke down some of her best skills that you should definitely be putting your skill points into. She's a straight up tank. Like her melee, her combat kit is basically designed to do a bunch of damage in melee range while being basically immune to interruption. Like she can interrupt armored attacks. She can ignore most enemy attacks. She's got a self-revive. She's got abilities that heal her for defeating enemies. She gets healed while out of combat. She's a straight up tank. Like she is completely overpowered, bro. I'm just looking at her skills like, bro, they made her ridiculous. Movies of the Fire. The year so far, I think my favorites are overall are the Jim Lee skins, obviously, the Shinobis, the year ones, the demons. So many are good, actually. The demon skins, the Talon skins that they showed off. The the Night Ops. Is this a real screenshot? It is a real screenshot that I made as wallpaper of Substation Zero. And I inserted Sebastian Stan's 3D model into it. Yeah, there's no way their version is gonna look like Sebastian Stan. They don't have that kind of money to get his rights. As a Marvel fan, are you excited about the upcoming Marvel movies? Not really. I'm looking forward to crying in the theater when I see Wakanda Forever. But I'm not that hyped about some of the movies. Like I heard I think they announced, what is it, the Secret Wars writer is going to be Michael Waldron, who did Multiverse of Madness and Loki. No offense to him, but his writing on both, particularly Multiverse of Madness, was terrible. So I'm definitely nervous about him being the writer for Secret Wars, because Multiverse of Madness is one of the worst written movies I've ever seen. Virgo is insane. You're mainly her and Robin. I'm gonna use every character just, you know, for content, but I'm definitely prioritizing Batgirl and Robin. Some people just gotta let Arkham go. Yeah, the Arkham comparisons they're not gonna be able to avoid them. But I feel like the game seems to like do a decent job of distinguishing itself. Hugh Jackman coming back is definitely a dub. But I'm excited to see who they get for the official MCU Wolverine. In the Marvel with Robert and Chris will never be top. Yeah, 100% agree. Marvel, for me, Marvel peaked with Infinity War. Everything after Infinity War for Marvel, in my opinion, has been a step down. That was the peak of Marvel. Thunderbolts, That movie is that's gonna be a weird movie. I'm looking at that cast. It basically feels like Black Widow 2 without Scarlett Johansson. That pre-order Gotham Knights? Not yet. I don't typically pre-order games, but I'm hoping I can get that one early. Multiverse of Madness was awesome. That movie was terribly written. That script was dog water. I like Sam Raimi, and it definitely has some really cool visuals, but that was one of the worst written movies I've ever seen in my life. It literally made no sense. And just butchered everyone's character. I see they got the nice leaks. Nope, I'm avoiding all the leaks. There are definitely some big story leaks for Gotham Knights out there, so watch out for that. I will not be covering them, and I definitely will say do not post them in the chat. Let people play Gotham Knights for themselves and find out the story that way. I'm definitely looking to be as surprised as possible going in. Obviously, I have my theories and my predictions about how I thought certain stuff would go, because they are doing the Court of Owls storyline. So if you're somewhat familiar with the comics, then you have an idea of how that could play out. But in general, I want to be surprised. Back Infinity War so underrated, gets overshadowed by Endgame. Does it? I feel like I definitely feel like Infinity War is properly rated, but Endgame is massively overrated. Type of Werewolf by Night. I'm definitely looking forward to it. Aesthetically, it looks amazing. Multiverse of Madness could have been so much better, particularly as a movie with the multiverse theme. Like, if you haven't seen it, Everything Everywhere All at Once came out around the same time, and it is a movie that's dealing with the multiverse. It had a much smaller budget, obviously, than Multiverse of Madness, but not only was it a much better movie, it did a much better job of showing the possibilities of the multiverse. Like, for a show called like Loki, the way Loki set it up, we thought Multiverse of Madness was going to be wild, but the multiverse that we got in Multiverse of Madness was literally just our own version of Earth. Oh, we're going to we get to be in New York but the traffic lights are different. Like, come on, bro. Like, the most visually interesting multiversal part was like when America first teleported with Strange and they went through different multiverses, but you only got to see each for like a split second, and then we were right back in New York. The evil Strange realm looked visually appealing, at least, but they really didn't do the concept justice. Winter Soldier releases later this year. How you feel about Sony remaking games? I mean, I don't care about remakes in general. I mean, get your money. Is good is a great way to introduce new audiences to these games, especially these classic games that they might have missed, and they get a nice polish. It can, be good for fans of the games who enjoyed them years ago and get to see them with updated graphics, but it's not something I'm personally interested in. Like when I saw the Last of Us remake, I'm like, well, it's literally the same game, just with better graphics. I'm not spending $70 on that. Just like, no way. Like, I played the first game, loved it, but I'm not buying it again at $70 for a graphics upgrade. Like, if this was a remake, it was basically a remaster. Like, if you're if you're gonna remake the game, then like remake it, like, you know, throw some bonus stuff in there. Multiverse of Madness, facts. Multiverse of Madness has 10 is total of what the multiverse actually is. You agree with you though? Was mid at best, facts. The DLC for Avengers, which DLC? Red Hood has some nice skins, even though you're not planning on using them, or Nightwing right away. Yeah, I think Nightwing is going to be the third character I play as, but we'll see. I gotta look at. I'm planning on doing some more videos on the individual skill trees. Maybe I'll see something from Red Hood that'll make me excited. But just looking at people play through his combat, he looked the least fun to me. Waiting for Suicide. Now that's the game I'm waiting for. Suicide Squad Kill Justice League. I'm really waiting for that one. We on Captain Boomerang all day. Speed Force Captain Boomerang. Am I covering Ragnarok? I haven't decided yet. It's a big statement. Worst writing you ever seen in a film? It's definitely one of the worst. Is one of the worst written films I've ever seen. Is what I said. One of the worst written films I've ever seen. Which for me is not big a statement. I watch a lot of movies. I don't watch a lot of bad movies. I have a pretty good sense of what movies are going to be good or not. And I just don't like to waste time, so I'll vet movies and shows. I don't like sitting down to invest in something if it's going to be bad. I'll usually, like, if I'm watching something on Netflix, I can tell within the first 10 minutes if it's worth it, and I'll just be out. I enjoy the Marvel movies, so I try to watch all of them. Just because I'm invested in the MCU. But Multiverse of Madness was dog order in terms of writing. And it's definitely up there for work in terms of worst writing for films that I've ever seen. Playing as Harley Quinn Suicide Squad. If we get some alternative skins and looks for the characters day one, I'll consider Harley Quinn as well. But I don't like her character model in Suicide Squad. That's the one thing I didn't like. Think Avengers should get a chance at a sequel. Yeah, I've said it before that the best way forward for Avengers is to basically repair their image, try to make Avengers the best game it can be. You know, fix a lot of the issues, bring in new players, make a bunch of changes. Basically pull what Destiny did. Destiny 1 started out pretty dog water. Then they, you know, fixed a bunch of the stuff. Got Destiny 1 to a point where people were overall very satisfied with it. Thought it was very good. Then they announced the sequel and moved on to Destiny 2. And, you know, Destiny 2 is now one of the most successful games in the world. That's the only way they're getting a sequel to Avengers. If they can do a complete 180, fundamentally change the game, fix a lot of issues, bring in a bunch of new players, and show the Embracer Group that it's worth a sequel. Waiting on getting God of Ragnarok or not. Really don't hear people talking about will be a movie. I mean, he's not a huge character, and I think the movie is pretty far out. But they definitely nailed the costume. I said Deathstroke and Black Manta, the Suicide Squad. You're mainly those two specifically. Yo, if they have, the DLCs could be crazy. Imagine if they add Reverse Flash. Reggie's to do what Cyberpunk is doing. Well, get an anime on Netflix. That's really good. Did Multiverse of Madness have like 3 writers until Sam Raimi. I'm not sure. I know they had a bunch of production issues. They did a lot of reshoots. They lost some people. They did some rewrites, but yeah, the main guy credited is Michael Waldron, and he's doing Secret Wars. I was not impressed. Man, Gotham Knights will be Red Hood. Boo. That shot looks fire though. Harley they all look really fun in the brief gameplay trailer we got. But you know, I'm biased towards Speedster, so I gotta go with Captain Boomerang. Cyberpunk needs third person and online. Maybe to do it for the sequel. Am I gonna see Black Adam? I plan to. Avengers most games will be better in Unreal Engine 5. I mean, it's like, have you seen some of the stuff just fans have been able to come up with in Unreal Engine 5? I mean, I've covered some of it on the channel, but Unreal's pretty much always been one of the best engines in the industry, but the stuff people have come out with in Unreal Engine 5, like someone made a Superman game demo, someone made an Iron Man game demo in Unreal 5. It looks unbelievable. You already have Ragnarok pre-ordered? Think Kevin Feige would try to find a way to bring Natasha Romanoff to Secret Wars? I don't know, maybe. Honestly, it depends on her, because she had that lawsuit with Disney, so I think she might be done with the MCU. Plus, they already got her replacement lined up as Yelena, so it's not. So I don't think Kevin Feige would specifically look to get her character back in there. Yeah, King Charlotte's crazy. What do you think about DC using John Williams' theme instead of Hans Zimmer? I mean, John Williams is goated, so I don't mind at all. I love both of their work. Yeah, Bucky most likely the way I mean, Avengers, pretty much you can just look at the pattern and see how they do their marketing. So they did the blog in August announcing the next content, which was 2.6, and the content that would be later on after that, which was Bucky Cloning Lab in 2.7. Then we got the rollout of 2.6, and now there's going to be several weeks of silence, and then they're going to drop another blog going into more detail about Winter Soldier, and they're going to be explaining what the release window is, and then when we get closer to that release window, they're going to do a live stream. They're going to drop a post showing off his motion comic. They're going to do a war table looking at some of his abilities, and then he'll eventually come out. That's pretty much how it's going to go. I did not watch the Mario trailer yet. This game footage. That is Sebastian Stan from the MCU. This is a wallpaper. Just realized last week that the composer for the Pixar movies up the same composer as the Batman 90% of Marvel movies. You guys think they'll have She-Hulk sleep around more in the MCU? I mean, I don't think she could sleep around anymore that she already has. She-Hulk, go. She loves to go get it. Rail's Night Ops skin looks like Bucky. I was seeing that Velma trailer for HBO Max. I forgot that the Mindy Kaling one, the adult Scooby Doo spinoff show. I might check it out. HBO Max has put out some really good stuff lately. Some people are debating if Bucky will have any story. I mean, it's not a debate. They already confirmed they're not doing story. It's the stuff anymore. They're doing the story stuff you're getting for Bucky. They literally told you. They literally told us in the Forbes article and in the blog. Cloning Lab will have a story component that that Winter Soldier will be involved in. But in terms of operations and having all these, really great cutscenes and everything, that's not happening. But of course, there's going to be a story. I mean, they straight up confirmed it, but it's not going to be. I mean, we saw what the story was in 2.6. I'm not expecting much more than that from Cloning Lab, but there will definitely be a story. There's a story for every character technically, and they confirmed it'll be him. The Cloning Lab thing will somehow involve Bucky. But if people are expecting an operation, it's not happening. Their cutscenes are expensive to make, and they've been very they've been very clear. I mean, Jane didn't get any. She just got the motion comic. Like Spider-Man got cutscene. Spider-Man didn't get that many cutscenes, but he got a CGI trailer. He got multiple in-game cutscenes, and he got his motion comic. All Jane got was the motion comic. So don't expect Bucky to get that much more. Basically, I keep telling everybody, in terms of expectations for the Winter Soldier DLC, think back to what the Spider-Man DLC was like. That's the bar. That's basically what you're going to be expecting. One character, one mission, maybe some quality of life updates. No new story missions. Maybe a cutscene or two involving him, a motion comic, and then we out of there. You're mainly getting a new character and a new mission. Hopefully some new features like join in progress, but it's not going to be like anything crazy. How will you know if you get a copy of Gotham Knights early? The people who are in charge of that will tell me. That's usually handled by PR, community managers, stuff like that. What up, Pewter? Appreciate you stopping through. Yeah, see, you aren't doing operations, but you want them to drop heroes with 2-minute motion comics. I definitely agree that the way they were doing it. See, the problem with operations wasn't the cutscenes or the focus on story. It was the missions themselves. Like, this is still a multiplayer game. Like, it doesn't make sense to introduce villain content that's exclusive to a single player campaign that you can't replay anytime you want without playing through the entire thing in a live service multiplayer game. That model didn't make any sense. So it's definitely smart for them to focus on replayable content going forward, but the scaling back is about money and resources, not about them just purely making a gameplay decision. Yeah, a mission chain to unlock some cosmetics. That's pretty much what we should be expecting. That's basically the model for these hero events. new character, mission chain to unlock some cosmetics, some audio files, a motion comic, and then we out. That's that's pretty much it. They take too long to make content. I mean, yeah, that's just the nature of them. Whatever the Embracer group is doing, it has not kicked in yet. And even if, I mean, they're still in the process of hiring people, but even when they hire people, they still have to onboard all those people. So if Avengers has this, you know, big Embracer group funded comeback, we're not going to see it until next year. I'm thinking like patch 3.0. Like Winter Soldier is patch 2.7. We're talking patch 3.0 is when we'd see like the fruits of all the labor. What's up, a Stixa? Winter Soldier will be released later this year. So I don't blame them for content not coming out fast, because I know that they don't have that many people at the moment. I will be critical of the quality though, and the choices. Can't believe we're only getting 2 characters in 2022. I can definitely believe it. I mean, it's kind of been a crazy year when you think about it. I mean, the actual company was sold. like first off, Square Enix was not giving them any support anymore. And then they found out they were straight up being sold to another company. And didn't even know. Appreciate that stuff, Stefan. And didn't even know if their game was even going to continue past September. Suicide Squad is coming out sometime next year. So far, they've been, as far as I know, they've been told business as usual. Just keep working on the game. Embracer Group has not made any official announcements yet about Avengers, but I'm expecting that to change in the next month or two, because they have another. I think this is Q1, which was the report that we watched. Didn't cover Crystal Dynamics' acquisition, but the Q2 should cover that acquisition. So their next presentation, I'm expecting to feature Crystal Dynamics, and that should give us some more detail on what they're planning to do with Crystal Dynamics and Eidos Montreal, and all the Western studios they got from Square. Beyond the obvious, like we know they're working on Tomb Raider on Unreal 5. We know they're working on Legacy of Kain, but we don't know what their plans are for Avengers long term. What's up, Moby? Appreciate you stopping through. I'm just not expecting anything from them until then. But I'm keeping an eye on the news. But, you know, stuff I'm hearing behind the scenes, I think Avengers is safe, but relatively safe, but I don't know how much support. I don't know the level of support they can realistically be expecting. I know there will be some support, but I don't know if it's going to be like a crazy amount. News on the Iron Man game. The only news is that the reveal was not that long ago, so it's definitely a bit early for news. But they did reveal the studio behind it. Motive is doing it. But yeah, if you're waiting for more Iron Man news, you're gonna be waiting a while because Motive, the studio that's doing Iron Man, is currently promoting Dead Space remake. That's the game that they have coming up first. That's coming out soon. So they've been promoting that. They just did the announcement so that we knew the Iron Man game would be coming eventually. The next thing I'm expecting is EA to reveal the Black Panther game. That's the other one that got leaked. I think we'll get a Black Panther reveal before we get any substantial new Mode of Iron Man information. How is Winter Soldier going to play? According to Brian Wagner, like someone who trained with Black Widow and Captain America. Plus, we know he has grenades, guns, and a knife. So we can pretty much use our imagination there. He's got a metal arm. He trained in the same place as both Captain America and Black Widow. He's got a knife, he's got grenades, he's got a shotgun, and he's got an assault rifle. That's pretty much the extent. He's definitely going to be more of a brawler than Widow for sure. Because Widow's kit is built around being agile. Using, she's got her invisibility. She's got her guns. But she's not really obviously she hits very hard, but she's very much gadget focused and not meant to be, mixing. Whereas Bucky should definitely be more like that's why I compared it more to Jane. How Jane is like a true hybrid. And I mean Cap's like that too. Cap can get up close and personal. With his melee, he's very, very tanky. People think he's going to have a sniper. I know they have the sniper asset, but his leaked move list, I did not see anything about a sniper rifle. We know his official gun is going to be an assault rifle. We know based on the data mining, he will also have a shotgun and grenades and a knife. I did not see anything about a sniper rifle. This is a wallpaper that I made for the stream. Do you think Brian should have said that about... Brian should have kept his mouth shut. This is why they need this is why apparently it's very hard for them to hire someone to do this, but they need a new community manager who is good at talking to people, especially on social media and in interviews. Brian should be allowed to just focus on being lead developer, doing system design, whatever he does. They need an actual media trained person to be doing press. It was not with someone who's like trained in the press and who's very much in tune with the narratives around the game would have known in that Paul Tassi interview to not imply in any way, shape, or form that Bucky and Captain America and Widow will have similarities. I'm not PR trained, but I would have known that. Any chance of Wanda? Definitely a chance. Caboose put out a new Gotham Knights. I saw. I mean, I've been covering Gotham Knights stuff on Twitter. I didn't do anything on YouTube, but I've been covering all the trailer stuff on my Twitter. But I knew I had an Avengers stream scheduled, and reaction videos don't typically do that well anyway. So I was like, I'm just gonna cover I'm just gonna promote it on Twitter, and I'll do a video later on if there's something interesting that I can pull from the trailer. Brian, we don't announce things and stuff. Like that classic example of why you need media trained people. That disastrous Xbox stream. Now, PR people would have beforehand told that host, okay, these are the topics that you're allowed to ask about. This is off limits. And the off limits stuff would have included any character that has not been officially announced by Crystal Dynamics, which at the time meant you don't talk about any characters except Jane Foster, because at the time that was it. Winter Soldier had not been announced yet. You don't talk about She-Hulk, none of that. But apparently no one told him, and then they just let him go off. I'm just like, yo. That's not a good look. Looks like Sebastian Stan definitely does look like Icarus. The actor that played Icarus. Do you have any interest in Suicide Squad? Yep, I've been promoting it for like a year pretty much on the channel. I can't wait for it to come out. Winter Soldier is going to be his own thing. Not worried at all about clone. I mean, he's definitely going to have some let's say reused assets is the term we like to use. But he's definitely not going to be an Echo character. What up, Lucky Ray? Appreciate you. Just feel bad for the actress because she may have lost an opportunity to showcase her skills of VA. Yeah, Peter, I don't know why someone told Peter some stuff, but maybe he can clarify if he's still around. Do you think She-Hulk is canceled because that's just your opinion based on how they made Winter Soldier come out first and just abandon the whole cross promotion thing? Or did someone tell you something? No, if anyone said this here. Yeah, I mentioned earlier, there are definitely some Gotham Knights spoilers floating around, some big ones, so be careful. I will not be covering any of them on the channel. So mods, be on the lookout. She's not abandoned. They want her to not be a clone. So my understanding was that she was supposed to have been distinct anyway. So my assumption was that if they already put in work on her, it was very highly unlikely that they were going to abandon her, like especially since they already got a voice actress. But my assumption was that they made Winter Soldier come out first because they made the decision to do Jane Foster, and they didn't like the optics of having She-Hulk come right after Jane Foster, because they knew people were going to be like, Echo, clone, blah, 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 copy, paste. That's my assumption. Is Gotham Knights, the entire game is co-op. Single player or co-op. You so bad they scrapped Winter Soldier this close to actually getting. Imagine if they just shut down like right before Winter Soldier comes out. That'd be crazy. Like they bring Winter Soldier first. They need more time working on it. My understanding was that they could have literally done either one of them, and they just made the decision to focus on Bucky instead. I think she's coming on the 33rd of February. To be honest, maybe they should. Like, I don't know. I feel like if we're in 2023, I'd rather them announce the next hero is actually it wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. Depends on how many people they have. But I know they still have to do the Kree invasion. Maybe they should just lead off with the Kree invasion next year. Just get it over with. And then, or let's see, 2.7. So yeah, Kree invasion could be like their 3.0 where they revamp everything. So maybe do like She-Hulk, War Machine, Captain Marvel, and then or just straight up do War Machine, then announce that that's leading to Captain Marvel and the Kree, and then announce winner. Then depends on how much work they've done on She-Hulk, but yeah, She-Hulk could be next, and then you do War Machine since most of the work on him was already done already, and you lead that to the Kree invasion. So let's say She-Hulk could be 2.8, War Machine could be 2.9, then 3.0 could be Captain Marvel, and they can have like a big, big changes. Maybe that's when the Embracer money really kicks in, and they can, do something big and have a bunch of fundamental changes to the game. And then after that, you announce Scarlet Witch or Doctor Strange. I also think the optics of the show kind of kept them from releasing. They didn't even know how the show was going to be until like well into the development time that they were doing on Winter Soldier. Like at the time, people didn't really know anything. Like when they started working on Jane, and around the time that apparently they made the decision to do Winter Soldier, no one had even seen She-Hulk. There wasn't even a trailer yet. I think about the She-Hulk's last episode, it was definitely the best episode they've done so far, but that's not really saying much. You want Falcon and War Machine before She-Hulk? 12 heroes designed by one person is a lot of work. Serious help is needed, and not by someone who claims to be savior of Marvel games since they worked on Marvel Heroes. It takes a team. Definitely takes a team. I think War Machine is pretty plausible, mainly because of they really wouldn't need to work that much more on them, from my understanding. Polish him up a bit, get him a voice actor. A lot of work was already done on him though, so he should have different heroics from Iron Man and stuff. She-Hulk, I don't know how much work they've actually done on her. Future playable heroes should be Scarlet Witch, Ant-Man, Daredevil, War Machine, Falcon. But you really went with Quicksilver there. Ant-Man makes too much sense. I don't know why. I mean, realistically, Ant-Man should have been on the original Avengers roster. Let's keep it a buck. like Ant-Man definitely should have been there, or at the very least, the first DLC. I mean, you have Pym technology in the game as a status effect. You have Hank Pym as a major part of the story. Like, but we can't play as Ant-Man. Like, come on. They should 100%, especially since he's got a movie coming out. They should definitely release Ant-Man next year. Maybe they're working on. We know they're working on some heroes, but we don't know which ones. Beyond, in addition to She-Hulk and Captain Marvel. Really say he's done leaking for the game. We'll see how long it lasts. What's up, Arcade? So I think War Machine's next because he's simple, easy first, easy and fast stuff first, tough and hard stuff later. That's definitely the Crystal Dynamics motto. Yeah, War Machine being next would definitely make more sense because Winter Soldier is like an original character in that he's his own character. He's not a a variant of another character, so he should mostly have unique moves. So it makes sense to them for them to follow that up with kind of an Echo character, but also not, since War Machine will have a lot of his own abilities. So that could work because there are a lot of War Machine fans, and I think they'll mostly overlook the whole Echo narrative, especially if they give him new moves. They lost the bag, not adding Ant-Man. Facts. Ant-Man and Wasp for sure. Since Wasp can fly. I mean, technically they could both fly. They could definitely have both of them as flying characters. You get Strit. Wasp has the wings, but I mean, Scott can definitely just straight up fly on top of an ant. Like to see how they would add Captain Marvel to the game. Whoa, easy with the caps, my friend. I mean, Kamala has a poster of the Avengers version of Captain Marvel in her room, so we at least know what she's going to look like when she eventually does come out. And I think they did a decent job. Batman Rise on an ant, that would be awesome. So if you really want, yeah, I mean, they got that. That would be the way to do it. Maybe because that would be extra work. they lean more towards Wasp. just give her the wings. But either one, I'd be perfectly fine with. Yeah, my God, that would be the real. Like, I'd be perfectly fine with either Wasp or Ant-Man. I just think it would be a missed opportunity to not have one of them drop next year. Even if it means canceling She-Hulk, honestly, I would much rather have Ant-Man or Wasp than She-Hulk. They would not only be more interesting to me in terms of the hero kits, but it would also help the game because of the cross promotion with Quantumania. But I don't know how far along they are. But it just makes too much sense. Plus, their kits are pretty straightforward to design. I mean, they pretty much write themselves. You already have PIM technology. You already have PIM in the game, so they can all have Ant-Man. Or so if they do Wasp, for instance, obviously you have the wings. She's a flyer. She can have in the same. They can do this with Ant-Man too. She can have PIM stats effect as part of her base kit. She'd be the first character that has the PIM stats effect as part of her base kit. She has her blasters that she shoots, out of her suit, her fists. So that would be her ranged attack. And obviously she can shrink. That could be an intrinsic ability, shrink down, making you harder to hit and giving you a damage buff during the duration of it. Like it's pretty it's pretty straightforward to program, to plan out. They just have to actually do it. Like She-Hulk has the same rate as Hulk. Like, yeah, like with She-Hulk, I know they would give her a thunderclap. I already know that for sure. But she'd have a grappling. She'd have some more grappling. She'd be more agile, She'd have more wrestling moves. She'd have more grappling and throws apparently as part of her kit. God of War went gold. I mean, it should. Gotham Knights went gold as well. I'm actually surprised God of War isn't more than gold right now. Probably more fun to play with the Hawk. I would definitely have more fun with Wasp than a She-Hulk. I'll be give it a buck. She-Hulk will also do the splits on her enemies. That's pretty much the most appealing reason for She-Hulk to be in this game to me is cake reasons. Like just how down bad everyone would be if they did the character model and the skins right. That would be the most appealing part of playing a She-Hulk. They could throw in a torque emote. You know, like when they add heroes to the game that have to nerf in order to make the game competitive. I mean, that's every game. You have to have some balance. Otherwise, I mean, there's literally no point. Every game has to do this to some degree. Otherwise, you would just have no challenge. But in the case, I don't think Thor and Hulk are good examples because they're actually extremely powerful in the game, especially now after 2.6. But I can see, but generally speaking, if you're talking about like traversal, I can understand because they wanted to balance out the traversal elements more so that some characters are faster than others, but they don't want there to be, because it's a multiplayer game, they want everyone to kind of be able to make it to the battlefield, to the next objective in a reasonable amount of time, and even that needs work. But in terms of being powerful, the power fantasy, they definitely nailed that. It obviously takes some more work than some people are comfortable doing. You know, there are a lot of people that just don't like looters, which I can definitely understand. They don't want to bother learning the skill trees or farming for gear for this character and all that. They don't want to be bothered. They just kind of want to have a pretty linear experience where they unlock cool new stuff. There's not a lot of diversity, and they can just be powerful right away. Whereas Avengers kind of makes you work for it. But once you get the characters properly leveled up, it's amazing. Sub Iron, my official Bucky prediction is like November 30th. I think that makes the most sense for them. That's the same day they released the Spider-Man DLC last year. It's a date that won't get overshadowed by any other game. And it gives them time to work on the character and the DLC some more. Let's see, schedule this video real quick. Need a Traversal update already? Yeah. If it's not in 2.6.1, I'll be surprised. But the Traversal update should definitely come in 2.6.1 or 2.7. But 2.6.1 makes the most sense because it sounds like 2.6.1 might have a bunch of different updates. Give you that 60-mile-per-hour boost for Cap, Bucky, BP. They definitely need it. Holy do they need it. Especially BP. Like I've been playing more BP lately since they made him so strong with the 2.6. But his traversal will be killing me, man. He's so slow. That's the only thing that sucks about it. Like, he's so powerful now, finally, for the first time since he first came out, when his armor piece was bugged. He's finally powerful. And he's so slow. King's Mercy uploaded was so dope on Twitter. Need to get mine up. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I've been kind of neglecting Black Panther. Literally all I did was just keep my same build, but just swap in some Valor minor artifacts and throw on a targeted buff, or just a targeted buff Sonic piece on the range slot. And he just does so much damage now with the King's Mercy. But that speed, man, it's so annoying going through maps with Black Panther. Cat beat the Hawk or Soldier and Traversal. Like Hawk is like, at least Hawk like jumps really far, relatively far. So as long as you're just jumping with Hawk, you can get where we need to go really fast. But BP and Cap are so tough. How's Iron Days are the best. Facts. His Hawk's running speed needs to be faster, and he definitely needs to jump further. And he needs a way to reach platforms easily. She should have Red Skull, Baron Zemo, Crossbones, Villain Sector, Mandarin Enchanters, Doctor Doom, Armanzola, Grim Reaper. Definitely. Do you think Bucky will have cinematics like Spidey or more like Jane? I mean, Spider-Man had both. I'm leaning more towards him having I think we're going to see, I think because he's coming with Cloning Lab and he's supposed to be involved in that story, I think I've been comparing him more to the Spider-Man DLC. He's not going to get as much promotion as Spider-Man because Spider-Man is a much bigger character. But he's a more popular character than Jane Foster. So I think he'll get some of what Spidey got. He'll basically get a cutscene or two in addition to his motion comic. AJ, speaking of developing, happy Friday, my friend. To my favorite developer in the entire world. How you doing, my friend? This is a wallpaper that I designed for the stream. The only thing about the specific updates, just what they told us, which is that they're going to be looking at improving heroic traversal. They've heard us about running speed and jumping. I mean, AJ could obviously tell us a lot about the traversal update, but you know, he likes his job or whatever, so he can't drop any crazy spoilers. Cyber Weekend, I bet. I'm excited for patch 2.6.1. AJ, can you tell us literally anything about 2.6.1? Like, hypothetically, could 2.6.1 include more than bug fixes, like say, I don't know, update to Traversal that we heard might be coming in between 2.6 and 2.7. Maybe some new perks, melee related perhaps. Well, AJ, will Bucky look like that? I can tell you right now, the Winter Soldier in Marvel's Avengers will not look like Sebastian Stan. This is a Sebastian Stan character model. See, AJ don't want AJ learned all my tricks. He doesn't do hypotheticals anymore. He won't even answer my hypotheticals on stream anymore. He doesn't want to get. He doesn't want to risk it. He's lucky. He's not on the podcast where he can't escape. He's typing though, so he has the advantage. He can be extra cagey. Next time you're on the podcast is over. I'm coming for you next time you're on the podcast. We're going to get to the bottom of stuff. Yeah, people are generally looking forward to the update. We're running some predictions about Winter Soldier. We've been joking that I mean, you're the animation guy, so what are the chances that Bucky has a move in his hero kit that may or may not have been designed that involves him taking off his arm and throwing it? Can you confirm or deny the possibility of Bucky taking off his arm and throwing it as part of his hero kit in some form or another? Can you shed some light on this rumor? The people want to know. Off topic, but how you feel about Draymond punching Jordan Poole? I was talking about that earlier. Black King DM'd me the video. It's crazy. It's crazy that he sucker punched him like that. Bucky better buckle up because you're going to have so much fun with him. Oh, for sure. Draymond need to pick up some of his own size. I mean, to be fair, Draymond's not that big. I mean, he's a big guy, obviously, but I think Jordan Poole is like 6'4". Draymond is like 6'7". So like he's bigger, but and he's obviously a very morally a very bulky guy, but he's not that tall compared to Poole. Am I hyped for Creed 3? Not really. Imagine if Bucky's ult turns his arm into a unibeam weapon. AJ can't speak on hypothetical parts of a hero's kit. We can give him suggestions though. Like someone in chat suggested that for Bucky's Traversal, you could take off his arm and throw it like Mjolnir, and it can carry him across the battlefield. And then when he lands, he can just reattach it. Boom! AJ confirms that he has a combat kit. Boom! Let's start making the videos, guys. AJ just confirmed that we're going to be able to play as Bucky, and he's happy with his combat kit. Scarlet Witch confirmed. Let's go. Need a hand, bam, arm throw. I can't wait to find. I'm mostly looking forward to the cheese that I'm definitely gonna find. AJ with the Winter Soldier. You will not be able to stop me. I found the Jane cheese. I will find the Winter Soldier cheese. I will find it. Probably immediately. as soon as I find his specialty gear, I will definitely be exploring some cheese for the culture. I already know some stuff. Can we get the fire trash nameplate? Yeah, I forgot who. I think it was Alex. He said that when it comes to nameplates, they have a lot more leeway. Like they have to go through Marvel approval for pretty much everything. But the marketplace is a lot trickier. That's why you probably won't see like a Durag Nation skins or anything like that. But community referencing nameplates could definitely be a possibility. And I think that'd be a cool touch to throw in there. Some cool community messages. Like they had the seriously you're the best meme. They threw that in the game. It'd be awesome if they could have some like community references via nameplates. A Durag nameplate, fire or trash nameplate. That'd be a lot of fun. He needs that Iron Man model prime comic skin. I'm sure it'll come eventually. Your Buckies are going to be with some short hair. Long hair. Yeah, pretty much, I'm guessing. Because I'm very confident they're going to give him this MCU skin. I mean, we can already see the base model is going to have long hair. But I think they're definitely going to have the MCU skin, so and short hair Bucky costumes anyway. So definitely expect short and long hair Bucky when he comes out. AR-15 coming winter. Sup, Capte? Just woke up from a nap. Hope you feel better, my friend. Now that there's a good hero roster, meaning hero count, would they get rid of the same hero in a mission mechanic? I'm not sure what you mean. But that did just remind me of something. I think it would be cool to introduce heroes. Like before we've gotten the harm room training session. Jane didn't get one. That basically broke the streak. But they would introduce new heroes with a harm room training session. I think it would be cooler and would kind of appeal to, the operation people if instead of the harm room training, you brought in new heroes with an iconic mission. The iconic missions are some of the more fun missions in the game, and you can play them both single player or multiplayer. So they have the replay value, assuming you fix it so that they don't disappear anymore from the map once you complete them. They can have some cutscenes as well, but you can basically use that as a tutorial for a character. I feel like that would be a more useful tutorial anyway for the character, for a new character, because you don't really get anything out of the harm room. Whereas if you give them an actual mission, it's something more engaging for them to do. They can still learn the character in combat scenarios, and they can also pick up loot, and that can introduce them to loot. Because new characters often bring in new players. So that could be an opportunity to have the tutorial prompts pop up about, oh, hey, this is the loot system. This is basically how this works. And, have tutorials along the way about, oh, this is how to do this thing with this character. And that'd be a cool introductory path for new characters to, spice things up a bit. Yeah, AJ is definitely the GOAT. Scab skin would be amazing. Cap level 200. I hear the cap is supposed to raise. I don't know what it's going to be raised to. The new Monica mission goes up to 185. And Cloning Lab DLC is supposed to raise the cap again. But I don't know if it should be 200, but I don't know what's going to be. I mean, AJ definitely, skins aren't AJ's department, but he definitely knows some things. But we probably know as much. But we probably know a fair amount ourselves, thanks to some leakers. But yeah, if you're working on Avengers, you know some stuff. In co-op, will you still be able to choose, let's say, Cap? In co-op, we still be able to choose, let's say, Cap. Other players can still. Are you asking if they're going to not let you play with the AI anymore or multiple characters? I'm not sure what you mean. As far as I know, they have no plans. I haven't heard anything about them fundamentally changing how multiplayer works. I know for some characters, for some mission, I know like for the Mega Hive, they made it so that it's either multiplayer or single player with no AI. And there are some missions like the upcoming Omega level threat where it's 4-player matchmaking only. But the only new mission that's coming with Winter Soldier that we know of is Cloning Lab, and that's just going to be an OLT. That's like 4 players co-op. That's 4-player multiplayer required. I think AJ could definitely tell us when 2.7 is going to release, but my prediction is November 30th. I know they have an internal release date. Well, they have an internal goal. They might not even have a solid release date yet. Will we get single player raids? We will not. No, raids by necessity aren't single player. But that's the design of the raid concept. They aren't single player. But I would definitely, and I've definitely pitched some endgame activities that could be played solo or multiplayer. That could be good. The bringing in a horde mode would be an opportunity to give both single player and multiplayer people opportunity to level up and earn resources in a fun way, depending on how you structure it. Like say like a survival mode, like a Ghost of Tsushima style, very much multiplayer. But if it was like a horde mode where there's just waves and waves of spawning enemies, like when like you could do it like in Iron Man's Ancestral Lands, you could just have like kind of a mode where it's just a brawler, it's just a matter of surviving as long as possible. You can have that. You can have that on Iron Man's properly. Whereas with the helicarrier, you can have a multiplayer survival type of thing where there are waves spawning on top of the helicarrier, and you have to defend it to prevent it from going down. And the waves of enemies will get harder and harder as you go along. I think that would be a really cool multiplayer mode that they can do. It could be like 15 waves of enemies with a boss wave thrown in there. And it can reward you with obviously loot that can help you level up. There could be a version for, you know, casual players and a version for elite players that rewards gear accordingly. That could be really fun if they implemented that. Obviously, joining progress is a must, but yeah, new game mode like that I think would add a lot of replay value and really make leveling up more interesting. Because me personally, like when I'm with a new player in Ghost of Tsushima, going through survival mode is pretty fun. Like buying gear from the vendor or opening chests. Those are the best ways to level up, but they're not that fun, not that engaging. But leveling up through like a horde mode would be really fun. And I think that would appeal to more people than say a raid, because the design of it would be more simple. And there's already kind of that horde type of thing in the game. Like there's a type of mission like that in Wakanda in the campaign. And I think that sort of thing would be more appealing. Yeah, there wouldn't be as much to it. It mainly would just be beating enemies, defending territory, but in an interesting location, and it actually requires some teamwork. What's up, Matu? Where the X-Men, where the Fantastic Four. I don't know if they're in this Marvel's Avengers universe, but obviously this game is mainly focused on the Avengers. Can I make them release Bucky faster? I definitely cannot make them do anything. But Shima is one of the most epic games, especially with Legends. Absolutely. Are you supposed to get patrol mode? Yeah, patrol mode was delayed. It was originally scheduled for 2021, but it had to be delayed. I think we might see that next year. This picture is wallpaper that I made for the stream. Remember, guys, from the 90s and beyond, all punks could beat down. Been asking for 185 challenge for 9 Endgame missions. Yeah, I was surprised when the new Monica villain sector lets you go up to 185. When I saw that, I thought they might have added it for everything else, but it was just for that. Curious why they decided to not make it hero bound and also not extend that difficulty increase to all the other missions. That would be I think a really good quality of life update for people who want a bit of a challenge. My thumbnail is just fan art. Bucky, the only official picture of Winter Soldier was revealed by Crystal Dynamics in August, and Bucky's face is hidden. Need me as a playable character? Me as a playable character? I am secretly going to be the voice actor for War Machine. So in a way, you will be able to use me as a playable character. But don't tell anyone. See how Photoshop game is real. This is even good. I put this together literally in like 2 minutes. Like not even that. I just literally needed wallpaper for the stream. So I literally just slapped this together like 2 minutes before I went live. I didn't even try to make this look good. I just got a Sebastian Stan character model and put this together with a screenshot that I already took of the game. But glad you guys are enjoying it. What up, Luis? Maybe some PvP. PvP is definitely something that should be far away in the future. Maybe like a team up thing, kind of like how Ghost of Tsushima does it with their rival mode. It's technically PvP, but also not. Like you're not fighting against each other directly. You're still fighting, you know, enemy combatants, but you have to sabotage each other, and whoever finishes first wins. Look forward to the Winter Soldier Marvel's Avengers. How lucky you to subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you. We're getting Sebastian Stan lookalike. Yeah, they could not afford Sebastian Stan. It's like this. But thanks everyone for hanging out. Thanks for AJ for stopping through. I got another Marvel video dropping in 1 minute. I would definitely appreciate everyone running over, checking that out, giving it a like, comment. It's going to be a premiere, so we can hang out in the chat there as well. Stay tuned, Gotham Knights fans, for more Gotham Knights content. It's going to be a dub. Hopefully we get some information soon. Have a great weekend, AJ. I'm Sadot the Gamer.